Hi, this is Christian de la Huerta and Soulful Power, and we've been talking about the different ways to experience the work, to access breathwork. So we've spoken about breathwork sessions, we spoke about workshops, retreats, and now we're going to speak about Soulful Treks. Soulful Treks are amazing experiences. Imagine what happens when a vacation and a retreat marry and have a child. That's what you have. So there'll be elements of touristy stuff that we do. We go to all beautiful, extraordinary settings. We go to southern France, Hawaii, Peru, New Mexico, taking groups to Egypt, Costa Rica, on and on. So we go have not only see beautiful places, but it's all with a spiritual component. So for example, in Egypt, we went to see all the temples. We were able to have a profound ritual in the King's Chamber of the Great Pyramid. When we go to Hawaii, we work with a grandmother, this beautiful holy woman, a Hawaiian kahuna, who does some beautiful rituals. She teaches us to do simple hula movement, and she takes us to some beautiful sacred settings that most people don't have access to. Definite places that most tourists will never see. And then we will spend some of the time in a retreat setting where, you know, we do the things that we typically do at a retreat. So we have the teaching sessions, we have breath work, we have dialogue, we have guided transformational experiences and guided processes, guided meditations, all the other elements that are found in a retreat, but spread out over a longer period of time, usually a week. One of my favorite trips is the one to Peru, because of course we go to Machu Picchu, which is one of the most exquisitely beautiful, mystical, magical sites, sacred sites that I've ever been to, where the energy is palpable. And so we also go to Cusco, which is this wonderful city that has a lot of touristy things, but also a certain spiritual vibration too. And we also take the group to the Temple of the Moon, which is like even our guide, the guy who was putting together our last trip, had never even heard of this. So it's a site that hasn't even been discovered by tourists yet. It has this beautiful, powerful temple or altar that was built hundreds and hundreds of years ago. I'm really excited too about this next trek that we're launching, which is to New Mexico. And it'll be a week starting out in Santa Fe, one of my favorite cities in the world. Unique, there's nothing else like it. So we start there and do all the beautiful touristy things in New Mexico, in Santa Fe, the galleries, the shops, 10,000 Waves, this great spa there. And we bring in a Mayan medicine woman, this, again, a beautiful, sacred, holy woman, a grandmother, one of the 13 grandmothers in the world from the different indigenous traditions, who will do an initiation ritual to launch our week. While in Santa Fe, we'll also do a sweat lodge from the Lakota tradition. And there's a lot of also artistic things that the city offers, like the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, which we'll go see. And then after those 2 days in Santa Fe, we'll go to Ghost Ranch, where O'Keeffe actually lived. And we'll do things like, for example, take a horseback tour where you can see a landscape or a mountain, and you can see like what she was actually seeing, and then look at the art book and compare like what she actually saw, looking at the exact setting. We'll see the house where she lived. There's Ojo Caliente, which is these hot springs that are nearby that we'll take an evening and partake of. And then there's amazing caves that you may have heard. This cave digger guy who has been going around for a couple of decades creating these caves that are like 3 stories high out of the limestone. Some of them are rustic, and we'll go to one of those and do a beautiful ceremony from the Quechua tradition from Peru with somebody who's trained with them, a shaman who's trained with them. And then we'll go to one of these other caves that have actually been upscaled. So it's beautiful places that are actually rented on Airbnb with amazing tile work and stained glass, and we'll get to see what these caves look like. And then after sort of roughing it, because we're not really going to be roughing it, but we'll go back to Santa Fe and spend the kind of last day in a spa getting massages and getting a little pampered for that. So anyway, join us. If you ever have a chance to do one of these treks, you will be so happy you did. They're amazing experiences. Spending a week together in all these variety of experiences, deep bonds and connections are created between people. And thanks for your time. I look forward to seeing you at one of these events. If you haven't yet learned about the other offerings, please take a moment and go to soulfulpower.com and avail yourself of one of the other videos. Take a breath.